Killer. Hey y'all, welcome back to Shady Conversations. We are on our third episode. As you know, this is a space where we speak the truths most women keep tucked away. I'm your host, the Legacy Curator, Shaina Mowatt. Whether it's your first time tuning in or you've been riding with me since the beginning, this platform is all about amplifying the unspoken truths of womanhood. And today's episode is another step in that journey. Let's get into it. Y'all, I just hosted my third annual Curating and Cocktails Vision Board Party. Top of the year, kicking off the momentum for 2026. As the day was getting closer, I was feeling the urge to retreat. The event itself, I knew was going to be good. It's my annual event and it always is. But this year, the brunch dubbed as a surprise launch for the Shady Conversations podcast. A week ago, I had a 2026 bring it on attitude, but a week before the event, I was feeling all the nerves, questioning why am I doing this and really thinking of backing out. I had a dream on Sunday, December 28th, that people listened to my podcast and trashed it. Dragged me through the mud. Then I had a dream on Monday, December 29th, that there was a tiger on the loose. And I kept running into this tiger. It attacked me twice. The first time I ran and got away, but it found me again. And the second time, it was a group of us, but I knew I had to be the one. So I stood my ground and fought the tiger. And now I was losing, but I got a knife and wrestled that tiger to the floor and cut his throat dead. Real gangster shit. Y'all probably thinking I'm crazy, but I'm a dreamer, guys. My dreams always have meaning, and you're going to hear me say this a lot. But I'm also still learning to interpret them, so I Googled, what do tigers represent? And this is what I found. In dreams, tigers often symbolize raw power, primal instincts, independence, and fierce emotions like anger, representing your inner strength, hidden fears, or challenges that you're facing, with the specific meaning depending on the dream's context. So if the tiger is threatening you, it's an enemy, uncontrolled passion, or if the tiger is peaceful, it's mastery, spiritual strength. And they can signify authority, the need to confront threats, or untapped personal power and sensuality. So what really resonates with me is the power and strength, because it said that tigers embody immense physical and inner strength, courage, and the ability to overcome obstacles. And then a little bit further, it said fighting a tiger, overcoming it means conquering an enemy or challenge, and being defeated suggests that you're overwhelmed. Well, in the dream, I did my thing, okay? I held it down. I whooped that tiger. So I had to think about all that I had been feeling lately and how this dream applied to me. Now, mind you, my normal trauma responses are to detach or pivot, which is why I think I was questioning all this newness the closer it got to me. I had a lot of event to-dos like food shopping and prep, finalizing marketing materials, and only 6 days until the event. I had realized I didn't lock in anyone to help with setup. I'm in my luteal phase of my menstrual. Me and my man was into it. It was winter break, so all 4 kids were home with me, and just a whole lot of imposter syndrome kicking in. Things were coming along, but I was nervous that it would be all wrong, and sometimes being on the right track is hard. It feels so lonely, but a reoccurring theme of mine in 2025 was that I could do hard things. That tiger that I laid to rest was my reminder that I'm an overcomer and I could do hard things. The Tuesday after I had that dream, I interpreted it for myself. And then I got confirmation when I turned on the Keep It Positive Sweetie podcast when Terry Vaughn was on, and she said, it feels like you're alone because it's yours alone. You see the vision, but God has the plan, and He is talking to you and guiding you, not nobody else, just you on this purpose. And you're not here to prove anything, just to do as you're called, and you will know what to do when it's time. Just a little food for thought. If you can relate, drop a tiger emoji in the comments. I would love to see that. In the remaining days, I had adjusted my schedule, finished editing the pilot and first and second episodes of Shady Conversations, that were dropping on launch day, which was Sunday, the day of curating and cocktails. Made some New Year memories with my boys. Mind you, I was in full mompreneur of 4 mode for winter break. I had some girl time with my cousins. I celebrated my friend's daughter's birthday. I made up with Bae. And I prepped food for the event. So it all really worked out. Okay, so now we're feeling back on track. Cool. Boom, bam. Now, the night before the event, okay? The event was on Sunday the 4th. So Saturday night, the 3rd, I had a dream. And the dream was great. Like, everybody was like celebrating. It was a whole bunch of faces from like my past, people who I either went to school with or went to church with, but just, it was just good vibes all around. And then I got to the end of the dream, and it's like I was leaving out, and these 2 older ladies came up behind me, and they were kind of ushering me out. Now, I know who these 2 older ladies were. They used to go to my church. They are family, friends, basically family. Actually, one of them is my man's grandmother, and they were ushering me out, and I looked back and I was like, whoa, where'd y'all come from? And it's like they ushered me out, and I kind of like laid down. It's kind of like I was shifting through an alter universe. And then they passed me on to another woman who was actually my Auntie Babs, who was one of my mom's favorite cousins, who also had passed away. And I just saw her face, and it's like she passed me along again. And I kind of opened my eyes, and I was on a floor in a room. And I looked up. Now, the bedroom itself was my parents' room from our old house. But the setup with the canopy bed and the pink walls was from when we were in the townhouse prior to our old house. Anywho, I saw somebody laying on the bed, and like as I'm looking up, this person starts to rise. I see my baby blanket was under their head, and a little light skin arm, and I'm like, that's my mom. So I'm like here trying to get up off the floor, and I can't get up, and I see her starting to like she's awakening from a dream or something, like she's waking up. And as she's getting up, and just before I see her face, the room starts to go dark. And I start crawling as hard as I can, but it's like she's getting further from me, and the room's just getting darker and darker and darker. And I just start bawling. Mind you, I'm still in my dream. I start bawling, and I wake up in my dream. I wake up in a room, and my brother comes in the room. Mind you, my brother lives in Georgia. This is how it felt, so real at this point, but I knew I was still dreaming because my brother doesn't live out here. So he asked me, he's like, what's going on with you? And I'm trying to tell him, but I'm bawling, and I can't get the words out, So I just lay my head back in the pillow, and I start bawling. And now I wake up from this dream, literally, physically bawling my eyes out. That was a lot for me. The morning of curating and cocktails, that was too much for me. Like, I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning. I tried to wake my man up, but he was too asleep. I just wanted a hug. I didn't know what to do with that dream. And in my mind, all I could think is, why can't I just see her face? Why can't I just dream her? Why can't I just hug her one more time? Like, why can't I just have her for a moment again? That dream messed my whole head up. Just as I was thinking that things were going on pack, like, here comes this dream that I don't know what to do with it. So I just tell myself, look, today's going to be a good day. Nothing that is about to happen today is about to throw me off my game. The decor plans ended up getting changed that morning. I was like, you know what? It's okay. We're just going to keep it pushing. We still going to have this event. Nothing's going to throw me off, whatever. So as we're setting up, it's me, my sister, and my best friend, and I'm telling them about this dream. And I'm just like, I was bawling, y'all. I didn't know what to do with it. Like, right now, I'm just putting it to the back of my mind because I know I had things to do, and I'll interpret it later. So my sister goes, now, if y'all know my sister, she's just so wise, guys. Like, you tell her something, she gonna tell it right back, okay? So I tell them the dream, and she goes, well, do you want to know what I got from that? And I was kind of scared because, like I said, I didn't know what to do with it, but I was glad she knew what to do with it. Basically, and I'm not quoting her, I'm just kind of paraphrasing, giving y'all the gist of it. But basically, she was like, what I got from that is that you're, in a sense, kind of freeing mommy and these women who, for one example, my mom, she had all these dreams of doing these different things. She was very much business minded like myself. And here I am doing all the things that I want to do. I'm creating this life for me, and I'm just doing it. And then for 2, with this whole platform and all the stories that are going to be told, Yeah, I'm really literally freeing these women. And it's crazy that all these women were tied to my mom and tied to myself as a child. They've been tied to me my whole life until they passed away. And they were literally the ones to usher me out of my dream. Crazy, mind blown. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Anywho, the event was everything I imagined and more, like God planned. Guests ate good, sipped a little bit, but really dived into curating the life they wanted. The conversations were flowing and new connections were made. Maybe they were just being nice, but no one left there without letting me know that their cup of inspiration was filled. And to me, that's what this was for. So if you missed Curating and Cocktails 2026, be sure to get your tickets for 2027. You're listening to Shady Conversations, the space where real women speak real truths, hosted by your legacy curator, Shaina Mowatt. And behind every episode is TSS Motif, the creative engine curating powerful experiences, brand storytelling, and meaningful conversations. From social media production to brand development, event curation, and transformational spaces, TSS Motif is where vision meets voice. If you're looking to collaborate, elevate your brand, or dive deeper into each episode through the Shady Conversations blog, head to tssmotif.com. All right, back to the episode. Shady stands for She Has an Intentional Destiny Yielding. And this episode is all about taking authorship of your life and walking in alignment with your own character, drive, and purpose. Okay, so this episode was inspired by Keke Palmer, her book, Master of Me. Obviously, it's in the title. The reason being is when I read it, I realized that me and Keke were going through a lot of the same things. Hey, Keke. We actually just had our kids before we turned 30, so we are entering this new era of life. Now, we are in different fields, of course. You know, she's an actress, a singer, a whole creative in that sense. And I am in finances, real estate, and a whole creative in this sense. Anywho, the topics that she discussed in the book really resonated with my life in my own way, but the gist of it can also relate to other people's. The biggest takeaway is that people are going to narrate your life, but you have to write your story how you want it to be told. Many times, society, family, or even friends try to label us. But it's funny because what our family says about us might be a little different than what our friends say about us or society, who doesn't even know us, says about us. Take a minute. If someone were to tell your story today, what 3 words would they use? And are those words aligned with who you truly are? When people tell my story, I want them to frame it as a journey of intention, resilience, and legacy building. And please address me properly. When it comes to my character, I want people to know that I'm rooted in authenticity. I show up as my full self. I balance professionalism with warmth and relatability. I want people to know that I'm a nurturer at heart. As a mom, my love for family translates into how I care for clients, peers, and community. I want people to know that I am a connector and curator. I create spaces, whether through business, content, or conversation, where people feel seen, supported, and inspired. As for my drive, I like to think I'm unapologetically ambitious. I don't just set goals, I build systems and platforms to reach them. Whether it's real estate, financial services, or content creation, I'm very much legacy focused. Every project I touch circles back into impact, building wealth, knowledge, and opportunities, not just for myself, but for others. I'm also a multi-passionate builder. From Shady Conversations to Keys to Maryland and my role as the legacy curator, my drive is never boxed in. And I'm not afraid to expand, pivot, or innovate. When it comes to my purpose, I want people to know that I believe in empowerment through knowledge. I equip others with tools to own homes, protect assets, build businesses, and create legacies. I want people to see me as a voice for the unspoken. I try to give language to truths often left in the dark, whether it's women navigating silent struggles, first-time homebuyers overwhelmed by the process, or youth learning about money and ownership. I also want my purpose to leave generational impact. My purpose isn't about quick wins. It's about planting seeds that outlive me and you through your children, clients, community, and brands. Now, let me say this. Practicing mastery is not about perfecting you. It's just about knowing you, understanding you, showing up as you, and making sure that other people truly know you and understand you as well. Life is a series of continuous decisions. Even if our subconscious intrusive thoughts took the lead, we are and have what we think. What if the one thing you've been avoiding is actually the exact life-changing tool you've been searching for? If you cringe whenever you hear finances or life insurance, it's time to change the narrative. Life insurance isn't about death, it's about stability while you're living. It's how you make sure your family is protected, your business stays afloat, your responsibilities don't fall on loved ones, and your dreams remain intact even when life shifts unexpectedly. At Life by Design Financial, we show families, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits how to leverage life insurance for real freedom. That's asset protection, long-term stability, community impact, and legacy that actually outlives you. Your purpose deserves structure, your dreams deserve protection, your family deserves peace. If you're ready to stop avoiding the conversation and start building your life by design, let's talk. Connect with Life by Design Financial today. Your future will thank you. All right, back to the episode. A part of mastering you is going to be discipline. And to be disciplined, you have to practice discipline in every aspect of your life. Your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your physical, in relationships, friendships, business ships, all that. Again, you have to be so sure of yourself that you present and you don't pursue. A lot of people say, don't show your hand, but I think that's a misguided concept. I say, lay your cards out on the table. Show what you have to offer. Now, yes, you should have a little secret sauce in your back pocket that you only sprinkle every now and then. But the important thing is that the right people appreciate and cherish you for who you are. While we're mastering ourselves, it's important to remember that there's a thin line between self-idolization and validation. As women, it's natural to want recognition for the things that we do, for our sacrifices, our hard work, our creativity, our faithfulness. Appreciation fuels connection. It reminds us that we're pouring out and we're seen and valued. Now, here's where things get a little blurry. When appreciation becomes the goal instead of the byproduct, self-idolization starts to creep in, and the focus shifts from honoring your purpose, honoring God, walking in your purpose, to needing constant validation from others. All of a sudden, it's not about legacy anymore. It's about who's clapping for me. And that applause can become very addictive. Validation isn't bad, but it can taint you as a person. It can alter your message or your calling. You start to measure your worth by how people respond instead of being obedient to God. And you could keep striving for likes and end up neglecting the quiet, unseen faithfulness that actually builds character and legacy. The truth is that mastering yourself, owning your narrative, is a huge testament to walking in your purpose. Now, I believe in God. I believe that everything that I do ties back to God. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it because God called me to do it. Walking in your purpose requires clarity, and clarity comes when you define who you are, not just who people say you are. With that being said, owning your narrative looks like naming your truth, no longer silencing parts of your story out of shame. It looks like reframing your past, seeing mistakes not as disqualifiers, but as chapters in your life, in your testimony. And it also looks like declaring your direction, speaking life over the future God has placed in you, even before it comes to light. At the end of the day, purpose is more pure when it's rooted in obedience, not just what it looks like, not just the appreciation that you get, but the appreciation should be confirmation. You can receive gratitude without making it your God. I want you guys to reflect on this real quick. Think about your purpose. Think about your why. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's being a mom, whether it's how you make your money. Am I doing this to be faithful or to be famous? Would I still pursue this if no one ever clapped? Am I secure enough in God's well done that human applause is simply a bonus? Before we wrap up today, I want you guys to do this. Write your own narrative. Literally journal it or vlog it like I've been doing. Identify one area of your life where discipline is lacking and commit to strengthening it. And then I want you to share your truth without fear of who receives it. In the comments, let me know, what does being the master of me look like in your life right now? Like I said before, people will always try to narrate your story, but you are the one holding the pen. Here's a gentle affirmation. Think back to those 3 words that other people would describe you as. Now find your 3 words and repeat after me. I am the author of my story. I choose intention, I choose resilience, I choose legacy. Now, intention, resilience, and legacy are my 3 words, but fill in that affirmation with your 3 words. I just want to thank all of today's listeners for sharing space with me today. If today's conversation spoke to you, I hope you give yourself permission to sit with it, speak on it, and heal through it. Remember, she has an intentional destiny yielding, and this journey is yours to own. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube at That's So Shaina. If you're ready to be a guest or a sponsor, tap in. We're building this platform together.